Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction. This is Life is a Highway. Chase Powers returns to Heartland with an aspiring Liberty horse rider, Haley, who wants Amy to be her coach. And Amy is shocked to learn what Haley's connection is to Chase. So I groaned at the end of the last episode because I saw Chase was coming back, and I'm groaning again because I'm thinking, oh, great. Because we know that he still has his sights set on Amy. And I said she's shocked to learn what Haley's connection is. I'm going to say sister, but we'll find out. Maybe she's his baby mama, I don't know. But I'm going to say sister. But we'll also see who Haley is, because maybe Haley is older. That's his mother or aunt or someone, just because we're thinking, he's showing up with like a Liberty rider doesn't necessarily mean that she's, a young thing of 18, she could be older. So Chase, of course, is once again going to cause problems, is my guess, for Amy and Ty. I think we do see him frequently throughout the rest of the seasons. I seem to kind of have seen a little bit that talked a little bit about Chase, so I don't think obviously he's not done because he's in this episode, but I don't think that he's necessarily done after this, like done. So yeah, I think he will probably pop up every so often. But anyways, let's get started. Oh, she's on him. That's impressive. Is that Harley? That looks like it might be Harley. Not Spartan. Spartan's black. Or is it supposed to be Spartan? I thought Spartan was black. Or is he maybe a dark brown? It must be. Got her family there while she...
You good with that, kid?
You said you were going to teach me how to herd cattle.
Yeah, tomorrow. Pay you $10 to babysit. What do you say?
$10?
Yeah.
It's not 12, is it? As long as I'm your guardian, we're playing by the rules.
We got cows to move, Jack. We can't go to daycare.
I'm sorry if your granddaughter's slowing you down. There you go.
Chase Powers horsepower. Coming to near you. Also, I've been fielding offers for my own TV show. Chasing the Green. I'm going to let you.
Girlfriend?
Can you do some writing?
Well,
Shocked to find out she's a girlfriend?
Well, we're working on it.
Yep.
I'm
Engaged
sure
married.
Chase is a great coach.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a pretty great husband, too.
Husband,
Amy
okay.
Fleming, Haley Powers, my wife.
I don't think Amy's exactly happy with that, because I think she kind of liked that Chase was interested in her, although I don't think it's
It's
necessarily
a crazy whirlwind kind of courtship.
Oh,
whirlwind kind of courtship.
You met one of my parents.
Really clearly tightened them up in the last quarter.
God, Amy says that Martha is a crack money manager.
Martha, my supervisor. When it comes to stocks, she sure can pick up.
Right. Lady says she's building a portfolio.
Well, this is a classic no-win situation because I'm not giving you nothing to say.
Is there any more beer in there?
We'll find some way to work it out. He came all the way out there to talk to her when he could have just called her about Haley.
That's one cranky little girl.
The first day back at daycare. It was like my day. I can understand why she's miserable.
That good, eh? You gotta see that. All I see is an idea that's going from bad to worse.
Mm-hmm. Let Lou handle it, Tim. You just make things worse.
In the round pack.
I think for Chase, you know how he keeps kind of harping on that? I think for him, it's kind of like the one who got away, he mentioned that to Ty, if you don't walk her down the aisle, someone else will. And it's kind of like, is he implying him? Possibly. Or, like he said, someone else, because he does hold Amy in high regard. He does think that she's a good catch. And so, he is right, as he said to Ty, if you don't walk her down the aisle, someone else will. And maybe that's going to go ahead and push Ty into making a decision. But it also kind of seems like Haley has these dreams and aspirations that don't really align with Chase. Because, Amy asks, is that what Chase wants? And she says, well, a tiger doesn't change his stripes, or doesn't change his stripes overnight, whatever the comment was. And I'm thinking, yeah. But the thing is, they tied the knot like 3 weeks later. And I'm like, yeah, there's no way. So he obviously was doing this. I think in Chase's head, he had a bit of a plan that he was going to come back to Heartland. Maybe he had the thought about Amy. Maybe it had nothing to do with Amy. Maybe his thinking was, that he did meet Haley. He did like Haley. He decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and propose to her. But especially since he is still kind of being a bit flirty with Amy and stuff, there's obviously something there, I think, that he's trying to do. I don't trust him. And the birds are very loud, I'm sorry. We have like a hawk around, so I think they're freaking out because of the hawk. Roxy's a beautiful palomino. I noticed how most of these horses are males.
Those guys haven't ridden a bareback before.
Oh no.
Chase! Chase, what are you doing?
Just feeling the old magic.
What old magic? What's he talking about?
I'm gonna do something about it.
That's kind of
Yeah, because he hasn't totally given up his sights on Amy.
Lanny Bear.
Yeah, and now he wants me to take a couple of steers over to his place so he can practice.
Yes, I have.
You miss a payment, he breaks both your legs. Give me a break, Caleb.
Good job, Kaylin. That was good. He's like, what, like you? And she goes, ouch. I was like, yeah, that was good, Kaylin. I was like, doesn't he have Ashley's engagement ring? You could sell that.
What's up?
Between us.
You managed to convince yourself of that. You don't remember it like I do.
Obviously, the kiss meant more to Chase. I have a feeling he's going to do it again. Maybe not this episode, but I have a feeling he's going to do it again. But it obviously meant more to him. Yeah, there was that attraction at first because we saw it there. I think it was season 4. And we saw it. So yeah, we knew that there was a little bit of attraction, but I think she has gotten over it. I think, yeah, it would be a little bit of a shock. And maybe it was a little slight jealousy when she saw Haley, but it was definitely a surprise. And it could have been more of a surprise, the fact that Chase Powers did finally get married. It may not have had anything to do with Amy's still, like, harboring any sort of attraction to him, because, as Ty said, it was a couple of years ago, so they obviously had moved on. So, it might not have anything to do with that at all. And she's like, nothing happened. And he says, well, you see it differently. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, a kiss did happen, but it didn't result really in anything. So technically, Amy's right. Nothing did happen. It meant more to you, especially because you knew she was with Ty and you were trying to steal her away. So I have a feeling this is not going to end well between Chase and Haley. And you should bring in Soraya. I hope she tells Soraya.
You told me she was coming.
Well, you know how it is. She had
He's obviously very arrogant. I mean, I knew he was going to try it, and then he did it, and I like how she just whack. I mean, at that point, you know, when he first kissed her, she did comment about him kissing back, or her kissing back, because there was that attraction. But obviously, that has disappeared. And it could have also been the time that they spent on the road together. She kind of got over any type of like crush or anything that she had for him, you know? And so that was nice that she just kind of smacked him there. But I like how both Ty and Caleb saw, you know, Caleb was like, what's that guy doing here? Like, he was immediately on the defense and ready to come to aid if he had to. And then I like how he's like, you gonna do something? And Ty's like, no, I think she already did. But yeah, I like that Caleb was kind of immediately on the defense, like ready to come to aid, because obviously he knows about Chase and what happened and everything. And I thought, yeah, he's being a friend right there, you know? And he's like, you saw that? Did you see that? He's like, yeah, I did. But it's like, yeah, you know, Chase was once again trying to make the moves on Amy. But this time she kind of shot him down, you know? But then he's kind of changing tactics, you know, because he commented to her that she's the one that got away. And he's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. And she's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have. And then that's kind of when he went on the attack, like, well, you still have a thing for me. And it's like, really? It's like, that's why you aren't marrying Ty. It's like, or maybe it's just they're at a certain point in their life, idiot. Like, you haven't been around, you don't know. But Chase will make up his own story in his mind.
Hello.
Hey.
About the law. It was very, very sweet of you, but I can't accept.
What's on?
I don't want to owe you anything. You make me feel like a loser.
Caleb, that is ridiculous. You are a friend with a cash flow problem.
And you're not a loser.
If I take your money, then you get to judge me and say things like, why don't you get a real job?
She probably should discuss it before you got married, because that's... Lou is getting a little upset over nothing. I mean, she's right, yeah, the family really isn't anyone's business, but Paige was trying to be nice. And to be honest, she did make a valid point about you might want to stay with them a couple of years because of mat leave, as she said. But, you know, now might be the time for Lou to start her own company. But I'm also thinking, you know, we don't see as much, obviously, about the Dude Ranch. And for Lou now, it's kind of like a part-time thing. And I'm thinking, why doesn't she just go back into full-time working on the Dude Ranch? She had talked about it, but it never really came to fruition about having, you know, like that big, like, dining hall and everything. And I'm thinking, add the dining hall, add the gift shop, you know, add these things that can improve with Heartland. Have, you know, winter events. She can obviously make that a full-time job, but she has kind of shoved it off because she's doing this with financial. And I'm worried that the Dude Ranch is basically just going to die, which then means what happens to the horses. You know, are they going to be okay? Which I hope they will be. But I'm just kind of like, it just seems like her priorities have shifted. From home is
You've got
a
mail.
great option.
Really? Maybe it's
It's gonna be all right.
They have such an adorable friendship. They're so cute. She can make a living as a mommy vlogger. Some women do it.
Test strips told me. Wait, before we get to celebrating, there's something you should know. Kiss me.
Yeah, I was gonna hammer him, but then you sort of took care of it all by yourself, so.
Yeah. I can't believe you just. Okay, I got a couple of rules.
Okay, so
Shoot.
I was gonna
No
hammer.
cheap hotels, no back road food. And when I say we're stopping, we're stopping.
Do we need gas or not?
That's right, down one.
He still, though, will always have a thing for Amy. Because with Chase, he still kissed Amy. Again. And you know, he says he loves Haley, and I'm like, do you? Is being a father going to scare him away? Which I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling we're going to see him later, and he's going to be like, he'd run away, because his name is Chase. So we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe he is going to be better with that. But, you know, she had commented about this is how you make your living. And the whole thing about settling down is I'm thinking, you know, I get that, but, and obviously it's something that they should have discussed before they got married. But, you know, a part of me is thinking, why not do what you're doing for a little bit, you know, a couple of years, and then settle down. It's like, you don't have to settle down right away. I mean, obviously they're going to probably have to settle down soon because they got a baby coming. But, you know, I'm like, you don't have to settle down right away. You could go on the road, do that stuff for a couple of years. And then as Chase gets older, he might say, you know what? Okay, I've made my living. I'm good. Now let's start our life or start with some other plans. So, and that's the thing in a marriage is there's give and take, there's compromise. You know, you don't always get what you want. You have to think about your spouse. And so that's what you saw, you know. I mean, he definitely should have told Haley that what he wanted, which is what she said, you know. She's like, next time you want something, talk to me, which is correct. That's what he needs to do. He still obviously has feelings for Amy, and hence why he had kissed her. And I'm like, you know what? If she really did still have feelings for you and you didn't reciprocate and you were annoyed by that, why would you go ahead and do what you did? But at least that kiss was a lot shorter, you know, because he did it and she immediately pulled back and slapped him. So, and it would have been amusing, I think, if Ty would have gone after him because, like I said, Caleb would have been right there too. So Chase would have been up against Ty and Caleb. And Chase doesn't seem like the type who would fight, you know. But you know, Lou is talking about how she's disappointed with the blog. And I'm like, there are plenty of women out there who make a living writing a blog. You know, like, take the sponsorship, continue writing the blog, maybe you can get other sponsorships. But yeah, there are plenty of women out there who make a living like that, writing food blogs, mommy blogs, whatever. I mean, I've thought about blogging, you know, and I have a Tumblr blog, but obviously I don't get any sponsorships or anything with that. That's just for fun. But I had thought about that. But, you know, blogging is hard, but people do it. So I like that she has a blog. I think that's cool. But, you know, she needs to look at it from the good perspective. It's like, you run a dude ranch, you have a blog, you have a successful husband who loves you, you have a child, and you are surrounded by your family and loved ones. And you have friends, and you have your health. So, I like that she offered Caleb some work, you know? I think that's sweet. He's gonna work and get the tires. And I do like that, you know, he said, I can't take the money. He says, you know, because you'll look at me like I'm a loser, you know, getting a real job, you know, kind of throwing back the comments that she had said earlier. I'm like, nice job, Caleb. Because one thing about Caleb is that people have always kind of written him off as a dumb cowboy, dumb rodeo guy. Is Caleb the brightest? No. But he does make a lot of sense. You know, like when he was talking, you know, about when the marriage failed and stuff. I mean, he made some very valid points about relationships and marriage and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, this is coming from Caleb. He's not just this dumb cowboy. he makes a lot of sense at times, you know, so don't write him off. So I think he's going to be a nice asset to helping pick up some hours for, you know, for the Hanley barn or the Hanley house. And he'll get his tires and get back on the road. And I like that Georgie and Jack are developing more of a bond. You know he's going to put into a doctor. I mean, you can see that coming a mile away. So thank you for joining me for this reaction. I'm going to go ahead and start the next one here soon. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell to be alerted of future reacts. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments regarding anything. You know, people aren't really talking, so I'd love to be able to hear what people are thinking. I'm really glad that I decided to react to Heartland because, as I say in every episode, I love this show. It is great. I'm glad that I chose to do it. And at the time of this recording, it is still summer. I don't know when you are going to see this. I'm guessing it'll probably be winter or possibly early spring whenever this goes up. But I'm filming this in the summer, so that explains obviously the short sleeves and the windows open. But I will see you in my next video. Bye.